Alright, welcome back to Star Ocean Anamnesis. So, we got, actually, we didn't get an update today. We just got some extra stuff. We most likely didn't get anything this week because, next week is gonna be summer, I imagine, or the anniversary or something of the sort. So, let's just hope they're saving some stuff for next week. So, let's just go through this very quickly. New Maze of Paralysis, of course. As always, very simple if you bring a defender. Paralysis is a little tougher than the other mazes, I would say, but we actually got a very powerful character in Awaken Myuria now, so if you bring her and just spam Plasma Cyclone, you should be able to do that very easily. And then we have Love Across the Stars, Misery 2 and Misery 3 difficulties. So, Shrouded Gaze was the boss of this event, and now he has 2 more difficulties with the Gold Treasure being the new currency. So, the accessory that we have for this event are the FC Goggles, which decrease AP cost by 5% when you're standing at long range and give you a Repel +1. Personally, I don't think this is a very great accessory, because Repel +1 doesn't really do much, considering that most of the time, characters that fight from long range, they're usually invokers, they don't draw that much aggro, and sharpshooters as well, but yeah, well, they do draw a lot of aggro, but usually you have a defender that's going to draw aggro anyway, so Repel not that important, and AP cost -5% at long range. We have an accessory that gives you AP cost -5% at any range, the Christmas Reindeer, and that one has HP recovery as well, so this is just the worst version of other accessories that we have, so yeah, I don't really recommend running this. But, of course, Limit Breaker in the shop, the Red War Belt, which that was the accessory from the Misery 1 difficulty, and I think I said that one wasn't that great. Yeah, it's still not that great. It gives you anti-flinch of 20% HP when the hit count is above 100, and crit chance when the hit count is above 150. Usually defenders give you that anti-flinch, and crit chance, it's not that important to begin with, so both of these accessories aren't that great, but we'll get some really good accessories with the summer event. I'm very excited for those. So that's it for that. Let's look at the achievements. War God Symbol, which is yeah, I haven't said this before, I don't think, but all of these like extra accessories, like the War God Symbol, you can use those as XP for your other accessories, because they count, or they give as much XP as a Platinum Thread. So just stock up on those and then use them on the accessories that you actually want to level. So, Shrouded Gaze, Misery 2 and 3, still a demon boss, weak to lightning, but apparently poison does not work like it did in Misery 1, which means rip Nell. Not like Nell really needs poison nowadays, but, rip Nell. And after Misery 2, this boss will target players using long-range attacks. I don't really know what that means. I think Misery 3, it becomes a lot more aggressive towards long-range players, I think. I'll have to test that out, but that doesn't really seem that important. Oh, and there's actually one more thing. I don't think it's listed anywhere, but I think they finally fixed the Opera glitch, because I used Opera with her gravity bullet today, and it does work. It didn't crash my game, which it did before, so I imagine they fixed it, but you'll have to give that a shot on your own device and see if it works. Alright, so we got 2 new awakenings with Victor and Myuria, so let's take a look at not Vampire, goddammit, at a regular Victor first. So his first talent increases defense plus 70% and increases damage dealt for the entire party by 20%, both of those are party-wide. His second talent gives the entire party 30% HP or less anti-flinch, very nice. His third talent gives him an 80% chance of surviving a lethal attack at 10% HP or more, or if your Victor is at Awakening 4 or higher and he's being targeted by the enemy, the entire party receives an 80% chance of surviving. And then his fourth talent nullifies enemies' critical hits during charge assault for the entire party, and Victor, is immune to enemy critical hits and freezing. And then his fifth talent gives him lifesteal, that's what it is, 15% lifesteal, and it gives him taunt +3, which makes him more likely to be targeted by the enemies, and his last talent increases his stats by some certain amount. And then his rush still has the same damage taken -50% skill. It now has a 4000% multiplier, and he got a new battle skill, Double Slash, which is a decently fast attack. So Awakened Victor is kind of the definition of a tank. He solely exists to buff the party up, so he's got that defense plus 70%, which makes everybody a whole lot more bulky. Unfortunately, enemy critical hits can ignore the fence, so it doesn't really come into play that often, but 20% damage dealt, that usually gets overwritten by sharpshooters. No flinching when taking damage of 30% HP or less, that is really good. A 30% anti-flinch is a lot. Unfortunately, he doesn't increase HP, which kind of makes a 30% HP a lot less than what it could be, but he does have a party-wide 80% and 10% guts, so that is also very good, but he needs to keep aggro, which it shouldn't be too difficult because he does have taunt +3. He also nullifies critical hits that party members take during charge assault, which that works for a lot of our current attackers, like Arngrim. Actually, no, Arngrim nullifies it for himself, and so does Blossom Maria. Yeah, never mind, just forget about that one. But he does give himself lifesteal, which increases his survivability. Unfortunately, his stats, attack in particular, that one is still on the low end. His defense is good, guard, that doesn't really come into play that often. HP is also good, but the main reason why you would play Victor is because of that post-rush buff. Damage taken minus 50%, that completely halves the amount of damage that you take post-rush, and it stacks with attack and in-damage reduction. So if you've got a Winter E, for instance, who even further reduces attack damage taken by 15%, you take like 65% less damage post-rush, so that increases your survivability by a lot. And Victor's rush gain is also not that bad because of the Bloodstorm that he's got. So overall, Victor, decent for tanking. Like if you want to run some form of stalling party, I guess you can run Victor over here. Unfortunately, a lot of Misery 3 bosses don't really like that because they enrage after 4 minutes, and damage reduction is not going to help you against the enrage timer. So he comes in handy for, I would say, if you're planning on autoing a fight. I don't recommend you do that because it pisses everybody off, but he does make for a very good auto character. Unfortunately, he has a very low attack stat, which means he's not going to be doing a lot of damage. But, I mean, if you're going to pair him with Awakened Melee, you can actually build a pretty good auto party. So, overall, he's decent. If you've been looking for an actual tank, then you can use him for sure. But if you're looking for an Awakened character, we actually have a very good one. And that is Awakened Myuria. Holy crap, she is quite interesting. So, let's take a look at her talent set. Her first talent still increases the chance of causing stun by 30% for herself. Her second talent now increases her int by 40%. Third talent reduces her symbol invoking time by 60%. Fourth talent reduces her AP cost by 20%. Then we have AP cost minus 50% during skill chain 3 or more. And her last talent increases her int damage dealt by 50% at 100 hits or more. Her rush still increases her int by 80%, but the multiplier has gone up to 4,500 from 3,500 if I recall correctly. And then she got a new attack, Lightning Blast, which I think that's very similar to Opera's Lightning Blast. And then her int stat is sitting at 4,100 now. Myuria's Awakening has turned her into an absolute powerhouse with that 4100 int stat, int damage up whenever you build the hit count above 100, which isn't that difficult to do. But the main reason why her damage has gone up by so much is because of this right here. So Thunder Flare, that's one of her main skills, right? One of her main combo skills. You see that int multiplier? 1020. At 35 AP cost. That used to be a 460% multiplier. It more than doubled, which means that that's gonna do a lot of damage, and that's not even the best one. This used to be her main damage skill, Plasma Cyclone. Yeah, look at that multiplier, 1400. That used to be 700, and that actually did double. So, holy crap, she can now do so much damage, it's insane. Plus her rush, 4500%. That's also going to do some real damage. And not to mention that post-rush her int goes up by 40% more than what it used to be, which even further increases her damage output. And her rush gain is also very good now, so she can spam that rush like crazy. Overall, Myuria is a very powerful character. And just to show this off, I've got Yuki's Awakened Myuria here. I don't know how to play Myuria, so this is going to be pretty interesting. But I think she's rocking the Thunderbird Staff. I think that's what that is. So let's see how powerful this is against Misery 3 Shrouded Gaze. Alright, this is going to be pretty interesting. Okay, this is the Plasma Cyclone. I do know that. I think I forgot to charge all that, but look at this. It's freaking ridiculous. It just killed everything. But but those are just random mobs. They don't really do anything outside of be annoying, you know. So this is where it gets interesting. I don't even have a party-wide int buffer, by the way, so this could be better. Let me just get into... Ah, crap, that's a bad one. No, I just fucked that up. Okay, okay. No, no, I'm terrible. But... Ow. Homing star, what is that? Well, regardless, we can do this. Let's see. I just want to show off the rush because I think that's gonna do a lot of damage. That was Ice Line, so we'll do that. You can use Plasma Cyclone twice. Like, look at that damage. That's insane. Oh, that's Homing Star. That looks like it does a lot of damage. All right, there we go, Reyna. Okay, so we'll do that, and then this, and hopefully it does a lot of damage. Let's see. We also have Angel Feather up, so this should be pretty interesting. Okay, let's see. 4,500%. That's pretty incredible. God damn. Paired with like a 4,000 int stat. Holy crap. Alright, here we go. It gets kind of... the screen does get kind of cluttered when you keep spamming that Plasma Cyclone. So if you're going... That's why I want them to bring over the settings that they have in JP, because in JP there's actually a way to lower the quality, or not the quality, holy crap, look at that, 2.5 million, Jesus. But there's a way to lower the quality of, or I guess make your attacks more transparent, so you can actually see what's happening. No, I had to dodge out of that. Oh well. Oh no, Reyna died, that's not good. And now my my int buff is wearing out. Yeah, don't attack me with that. Look at that health bar disappear. My Jesus, it's lagging like crazy too. And the Plasma Cyclone hits pretty much everywhere. Oh well, everybody's dead now. That's not good. Well, I don't think this is gonna work, but you've seen the crazy damage output here, so I think I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna fight it out. Gonna fight it out until I die. Let's see if I can actually do it. I suck with invokers, I really do. Okay. Ah, the element burst stun. Hit it, there you go. No, it got out of it. Dang it, that's not good. Oh man, it ticks for so much. Wait, is that gonna hit me? That is. Homing Star. You know, I should probably make a, ah, what the fuck? Oh, that's what it does. It hits you on your position. I see. I see. How the crap is this even? That's not gonna hit me, is it? It is. Maybe. I don't know. Not a Homing Star again. Holy crap. I can't even tell what's happening. All I know is that I'm doing good things. Okay, this is the one that I was scared of. White Barrage, ow. That hurts so much. That hurts so much. Oh yeah, I was talking about the settings in JP. You can make your attacks more transparent, so it makes everything easier to see. But if you're not playing as Myuria, then I recommend you actually turn off battle effects for all of your party members. No, it's just gonna keep spamming it. That's not good. Okay, did we get it? I think we did. I think we did. Wow, that's just absolutely insane. So, yeah, you can turn off battle effects for your party members, which means that you can actually see stuff, even when Myurias are spamming Plasma Cyclone. Ah, just barely over it. If only everybody else was still alive. If only I had the Maria and Reyna max limit broken, then maybe they could have survived. Who knows? But that was with... the AI party member. So imagine what you can do when you have actual human players controlling everybody else. Not that playing in public lobbies is that much different from playing solo. Cough, cough. So yeah, well, that's Myuria for you. Alright, that does it for this video right here. So hopefully we'll get something interesting next week, because I did see that oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this, but we actually did get 2 new banners with the Awakenings, the Myuria and the Victor banner. Don't recommend you pull on them, because the chances of you actually getting them are very tiny, plus they're permanent characters, so there's not really a point to pulling them. You'll pull them later at some point through like tickets and all that stuff. But what I wanted to say is that this runs until the 9th of July, or the 8th of July if you're in the Pacific, I think. Regardless, that might be when we're getting the anniversary, so I would say stay tuned for that. But I guess that about does it for me, so I will wish you all farewell. Peace!